Hello, Aquarius. Welcome into your new moon in Taurus reading. This is Lauren the Mystic. Welcome in, welcome back for any Aquarius suns, Aquarius moons, Aquarius risings, any major placements you may want to take a listen. There may be a message here for you today. So again, I'm Lauren the Mystic. This is going to be a general reading, and we're just going to be tuning into the energies of this Taurus new moon and what really powerful and potent seeds of manifestations you could be potentially working with, what intentions you could be working on growing, and where you are right now in the soul growth process. So we're going to just take a look. In Aquarius, this again is a general collective reading. I do recommend always listening in for your major three, sun, moon, and rising sign. I'm just going to kind of tune in. What are the energies that the sun, the moon are bringing to our beautiful Aquarius? With a new moon, we are always typically planting very powerful seeds of intentions, of what we would like to grow and manifest and work on in our life. And sometimes that's healing. Sometimes we're planting those seeds to heal through something and to move into that next phase. And there's been some very huge energy really working with you, as Pluto has just moved permanently into the sign of Aquarius and is preparing to retrograde. So especially if you have any placements at those early degrees, 0 to 3 degrees of Aquarius, you're going to be really affected deeply. But this particular new moon in Taurus, it is a super new moon, which means that the moon's orbit is the closest to Earth, and the gravitational forces or the power of the moon's rays, if you will, it's more potent, it's more amplified, and you will be feeling these energies stronger as they come through. And the beautiful thing that we have right here is this opportunity to work with this energy very intentionally, which is the whole reason I do these readings. It's to kind of tune in and get guidance from our spirit team, our angels, our ancestors, of what is the best next step, what are we working on, and where can we really intentionally pour our energy in these moments of potency. And the reason it's really so potent is the new moon is in Taurus, which is fixed earth energy. Fixed earth, ruled by or governed by our beautiful planet Venus. So it's very Venusian energy about what you really truly value, what you need to feel good in this world, quite tangibly. And in Taurus, it's what are you building over the long term? What is going to have tangible growth over the long term? So all that being said, let's take a look now for you, Aquarius. Let's see what is coming up. God, source, spirit, angels, ancestors supporting our Aquarius in this lifetime. Show us clearly what is coming through for this Taurus new moon. Show us clearly for Aquarius what is coming through for this Taurus new moon. Thank you. This one wants to come. And one more. Thank you. And Aquarius, we're going to go ahead. Oh, I love it. We are going to go ahead and take a look at the soul growth that might be underlying this energy. And do know if this reading is of resonance or if you would ever like to go deeper. I do offer personal readings. I'm working on getting a system that works best for me. I'm trying something new out. So I'm going to drop a link to that below. Let me know what you think. But there are multiple options of how we can do this. And here shortly, I think I'm going to be getting the courage to go live and try that out so that you can show up. Make sure to hit the subscription bell so you will be notified, and subscribe to the channel when I go live. But that will help me to tune into your energy if you're present, and it'll give you the opportunity to ask some questions. Okay, let's see. Spirit, show us clearly for Aquarius. What is the soul growth underlying these messages? One more, please. Show us clearly. Okay. Yes. See, I felt this coming into the reading, Aquarius. This is skipping ahead, so I don't want to skip too quickly. Beautiful energy, Aquarius. I love it. All right, let's start off with your Moonology cards. Again, these are general collective readings. Apply the energies as you see fit. Know that, if you are watching for someone else, this can apply to you. Roles can always be reversed. So just, again, use your own intuition, okay? All right, we've got meditate and contemplate. This is new moon in Pisces energy. So this card has continued to come out throughout the readings. This may be about the fourth time I've seen this card so far. And what has really been coming through is that we are in this completion year, a 9 year. 2025 is a 9 year. So there's a lot of cycles completing out. There's been some really powerful eclipse energies here recently that we have moved through. And it's been this process of almost a collective dark night of the soul. There's been a lot of shadow work. There's been a lot of clearing from our own vessels, a purging of what no longer serves. And it's taken this inward journey for us to go within in order to really evaluate what is that for us, right? It's taken a lot of meditation and contemplation and tuning in to our higher power. And for, this particular new moon in Taurus, this is really guidance from spirit to really focus on continuing to do those action steps because you're receiving your guidance through that connection. And I believe by looking through these cards just briefly, this is a spiritual activation that's been taking place for you for a while now, Aquarius. And there's this integration piece where it's sort of like things are coming into focus, things are coming into a crystallization form as you take that time to be still, to rest, to self-care, to meditate, to tend to yourself. And the new moon in Pisces energy is the beginning of the end, the beginning of the end, right? A new moon is planting new seeds about the resolution or the completion of a cycle, Pisces energy. And this cycle can be very different for all of you since this is a general collective reading, right? But what I'm feeling intuitively is that this has very deeply included a cycle of awakening of self. And there could be very personal experiences that were also cyclical that took you through a process that, because of that process, it put you in touch with this deep awakening, deep dark night of the soul, needing to face your own shadows, right? To clear them. And then we have a personal issue reaches resolution. Full moon in Cancer energy. So this is beautiful energy, but this is a process that you're still in. This is indicating this is a process that you are still currently in. And full moon in Cancer could very well indicate that this process will complete in Capricorn season when we have that full moon in Cancer. Okay, so that could be a time marker for you. That will be in Capricorn season. I don't have, that date offhand because it's so far ahead of time, but Capricorn season begins, winter solstice. So let's see. Well, I'm going to start here, but I've been very guided. So typically this is the central card to the reading, but I was very guided to start at the foundation. So there's something that's been deeply dissatisfying to you. Something didn't work out as planned. Something has not gone according to plan. And what you're holding on to is, to me, it feels like the remnants of what you had dreamed or what you had thought, or the skeleton of a situation that you had very high hopes for, but it did not meet expectation in some capacity. And so we've got this pentacle energy of what you need for a balanced, secure foundation, not living up to par, feeling dissatisfied. And I just heard even disillusioned. But it's like this feeling of disappointment, and I feel like it's really tested your nervous system to not fully withdraw, right? To remain engaged, to remain present, to remain in charge of your own nervous system. It may have taken quite a bit for you to manage your own reactivity as you were moving through whatever you were moving through. But here we have this beautiful new beginning. This is the central energy of your reading, Aquarius. You are preparing to take this new leap of faith. And so I feel like the reason I'm guided here in this order, darlings, is because what's actually happening is you are right on the precipice of this. This is like kind of just following potentially this new moon, right? It's coming. And you'll know what this is intuitively. And here's why I feel that. Down here, we get more of the story. So we've got this beautiful leap of faith, this new beginning that you have really felt ready to jump into. Paths unknown to you, unsure of where it will take you, but it's been so uncomfortable to remain here that it's time for a change, right? So it's sort of like in the process of change, we remain doing kind of our things that are in our comfort zone for as long as we can. We're creatures of habit. We sort of stay in those places as long as we can until what begins to occur is it becomes too uncomfortable for us to maintain that any further. And when we get into that place of that territory of too uncomfortable, that's when the change and this jump, this leap of faith begins to occur, because we get pushed into such a state of discomfort that the idea of shifting that energy and going even into something entirely unknown to you is a better solution than remaining in something that you know feels this way, this uncomfortable, right? So there's this meditation and contemplation, this integration that's relating to whatever is not feeling balanced, whatever has been a source of deep dissatisfaction. And I'm feeling this as I'm doing this reading. You don't really get this from this card, but I'm feeling this as a very visceral dissatisfaction, something profoundly personal, like deeply personal to you, Aquarius. So again, take this, it's a general reading, take it however it lands, but part of my personal process as I do readings is to really inform you when I'm getting very strong intuitive hits and I'm being guided in that way by spirit, because I believe that I'm speaking then to someone very specifically who needs to hear this message, right? But there's something that's like to your core, the core of your belief system, the core of your values, and the core of what you would have imagined for yourself, right? Something to that effect is been really problematic, highly conflictual, because it's not meeting you where you need to be. And here you are, ready to take this brand new jump, this brand new leap of faith. And it's towards a very passionate new beginning. It's something that is a passion project, something that's going to basically meet your heart space where this was lacking. It's going to not only meet that, but it's going to take you even further. It's going to expand you even further. It's an entirely new chapter. The Fool, the Ace of Swords. Really profound leveling up, profound new beginnings on deck. So that's absolutely beautiful. And that's a really important space to sit with, regardless of what this is, Aquarius. This is a very important space to sit with what is bubbling forward and begin then to really intentionally do this meditation and contemplation work. I believe journal work that's really been coming through strongly in all of the readings, but to actually set aside the time for our own self, for our own trajectory, and just take however long, we can manage to truly reflect, like, where am I going? Where have I been? And what's true for me now? Right? And then begin to sort of draft, what are my boundaries? How do I need to be held in this domain of my life, in this domain of my life, in this domain, right? And also what is known to me that's coming forward that I'm ready to begin to call in some very powerful intentions. Even if I don't know the outcome, right? We can begin to, those are often when we don't know the outcome, that's the most beautiful time to manifest and create with spirit. We're co-creating with spirit because we're acknowledging that in our own egoic mind, we have limitations of the possibilities and the potentials that could truly be aligned with us. But when we open into, this is kind of like the direction I'd like to head, spirit, but show me what's in the highest alignment. I welcome in the highest aligned possibilities and potentials, and I welcome in your guidance on this path. And I really feel that that's been part of this, because there's this incredible spiritual leveling up that's taking place for you that is a deep cellular healing, right? It's physical, it's emotional, and what you're doing is clearing density. As you've gone through the shadow work, as you've basically faced and moved your way through whatever this Four of Pentacles has been for you, it's brought all this stuff up to the surface. And some of it has required actual physical healing, physical ailments, ailments that are, what I'm hearing is autoimmune potentially, that are the result of ongoing chronic stress, right? Ongoing toxic energy that's been carried within the body that didn't need to be. And there's been this recognition not only of that, but then also the addressing of beginning to clear all of that. And what I'm feeling for who I'm reading for is that you're at the very tail end of this integration phase of basically reflecting upon everything that last chapter was, the beginning of the ending. Where do I go from here? What do I take with me? What is my jewels? What are the riches that my soul has grown and learned? You know, how am I now a better person? Are there any more energies that I need to potentially apply more compassion to, or find my way into a greater amount of acceptance potentially, right? And so with that, right at this moment, just for the next period of time, and I feel that who I'm speaking to right now is going to deeply intuitively know. You're simply going to know when it's time to take the leap. But right now, Spirit is saying, wait. Stay in this space of meditation, of contemplation, of integration. And I just received, this is, I'm going to take a sip. Bear with me, guys. Okay, so for some of you who are resonating as this deep leveling up or awakening experience, I just received an image as I said that. I'm going to share with you what that was. It's the very tail end. Spirit just showed me there are some of you at the very tail end of basically becoming the butterfly. You're still inside the chrysalis though. You're still, your wings are still kind of coming into being. You're still coming into being in there before you're ready to emerge. So you're almost ready to emerge and fly out into this entirely new existence of life. But right now, we are here. We are here integrating. We're here meditating. We're contemplating. We're beginning to recognize this transformation and its potential. And I feel like this is really an encouragement to dream big, to vision larger, and allow yourself to tune into the cosmic forces, tune into the divine flow of this process of transformation that's underway within you. Things are still being woven behind the scenes, right? This transformation is still underway. So you will know intuitively when you're ready, because you'll be ready to take this leap of faith into what feels like an entirely new chapter. And you may feel unprepared, but Spirit's saying, look at this, Aquarius, this is a portal for you. Doors are opening. This is wild card energy, which is why I said to dream big, to vision big. Because what I am getting is that this is a brand new, fresh, clean slate, a new timeline, a new chapter for those of you that this is really deeply resonating. And so you get to decide how you are going to write that new chapter for yourself. You get to plant these seeds right here and now of what you would like to see for yourself, for your life. You know, and maybe a beautiful journaling question could be to yourself, if I had a magic button, right? That's a beautiful question to always ask, to check in. If I had a magic button and I could remove any obstacle, any perceived barrier, what would I truly want, right? If there was no holds barred, if I had all the resources I needed, no holds barred, no obstacles, what is that? Allow yourself to get creative, to vision, This new moon in Pisces energy of meditation and contemplation allows you to really tune into that unlimited potentiality of the field of spirit, which is also that childlike imagination where we can imagine vistas in our mind. We can create entire scenes. And maybe a beautiful practice would be to just be playful with that, to not have an agenda, but to go into that meditation space and allow yourself to simply travel, to vision yourself as different iterations of you, the things that speak to you, the things that maybe come up that you haven't got to pursue, or anything that's calling at your heart. I feel this is a very intuitive process. And again, this passionate new beginning, it's incredibly next level energy that's present for you when you're ready to step through that gate. And it's on your path. It's part of your purpose. And not only are you healing physically and emotionally now here in this space of that chrysalis space, but I believe your vibration is incredibly shifting. It's elevating. Think of the difference of the vibration of a caterpillar versus the vibration of a butterfly. How much more magical is a butterfly? And I truly believe that is a very deep metaphor for what's happening to you energetically, and that you are going to then take this elevated frequency and it's now going to be part of who you are. It's so integrated that it is just you. It's become you. And that's now part of how you are going to be fulfilling your purpose in this full and passionate new beginning energy over here, this brand new beginning. So that was a longer read than most people, but wow, this is fantastic energy, Aquarius. I love it for you. I hope that you found this helpful and that it's giving you something really tangible to work with. This energy is going to be present here for a while. So you've definitely got, and we only touched on the astrology of the new moon, but there's a lot of other astrology that's here seriously helping you right now. The Mars-Pluto opposition. There was a T-square to Black Moon Lilith as well. A lot of powerful energy up there in the sky, really pushing us all forward into greater alignment with self. So again, if I can support that, it would be an honor, because this is my purpose. This is my passion. And to show up here for you truly is an honor. I appreciate any likes, shares, and subscribes, and I hope to see you again soon. Take such good care, and happy new moon.